Good morning everyone. Hope all of you are keeping well and enjoying your online classes. Welcome to our maths class, and again we are here to do some more question. As we had discussed last class about the cross multiplication, and after that cross multiplication we have done some question where after substituting something, our given question has been reduced in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0, or in other word I can say it was reduces in the form of simultaneous linear equation. And we have done some question depend on that also, but side by side I told you in the last class, in the last moment, ki some more questions I'll do, because only two questions I think I have done. So one more question I want to do, where after substituting something, our questions will convert in simultaneous linear equations, in the form of simultaneous linear equation, and again we will solve it. And after that, as I told you in the last class, we will move to the next chapter, and next chapter is also the same, but the problem new thing is there. Now the next chapter name is there, that's problems on simultaneous linear equation. It means the problem means word problem here. The word is written problems, it means word problem. It simply means in the previous chapters you must have seen equations were given, but now some word problem will be given, and with the help of these word problem we have to form the equation, and after that we will solve it. And for solving this obtained equation, there is no any restriction ki we have to follow this rule or this rule. So before starting this chapter number 6, that's problems on the simultaneous linear equation, I would like to do one more question, and this question is from 5.4. question number 5. You can see there are two parts, and both parts are like the same. So one of these two parts I am going to do. One of these two parts I am going to do, and you may enjoy these questions. So you can see question number 5. Again, I am not writing here that the chapter name. Already we have written last topic, but even then you should know which chapters I am discussing here. Which this question is belonging from which chapter. This is 5.4. 5.4 question number 5. First part you can see. It's written 1 upon 2 times 2x plus 3y plus 12 upon 7 times 3x minus 2y is equal to 1 upon 2. Another one is, I can give the name of this equation is 1. Another one equation is 7 upon 2 x plus 3y plus 4 upon 3x minus 2y is equal to 2, and this can be written as equation number 2. Listen me carefully what I want to say. There are few things what I want to discuss again, and already we have discussed in the last class. You can see I am having here 2x plus 3y, I am having here 3x minus 2y, again 2x plus 3y and 3x minus 2y. Exactly, I am not having an equation in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. Means that there are two variables x and y. It's not in that form. That first thing, that variable has been given in the denominator. Second thing, that denominator is also an algebraic expression of two variables, I can say. So how can we reduce it in the form of simultaneous linear equation? You can see, if I am writing here, let 1 upon 2x plus 3y is equal to a, and this one can be written as equation number 3, and 1 upon 3x minus 2y is equal to b, and this one will be written as equation number 4. What will happen if I do this one? What will happen? Actually, our question means these two equations will convert in the form of a and b. What will happen? At the place of 1 upon 2x plus y, if I take a, I think 1 upon 2a plus 12 upon 7b is equal to 1 upon 2. This is the equation number 1 dash. Why I have written 1 dash? 1 has been written in other form. Now, here I can write 7a plus 4b is equal to 2. This is the equation number 2 dash. Now, for few seconds only, you can forget about this first and second equation. Just think about the first dash and second dash. It is in the form of a and b, and we will try to solve it for a and b, not for x and y. We will try to solve it, means which one? 1 dash and 2 dash for a and b. And now, again I am repeating myself, we are free to apply any one of the previous 3 methods. You must have remembered substitution method, elimination method and cross multiplication method. There were 3 methods what already we had learned to solve the system of simultaneous linear equation. Now here it is up to you what you want to follow, which one you want to. You are free to use substitution method, you are free to use elimination method, you are free to use cross multiplication. So what I am thinking, we can use substitution method. Now listen me carefully. If I am multiplying by 14 here, listen me what I said, 14. Why I said 14? When I multiply by 14, 2 into 7 will be 14. So here I will get 7a, and already I am having 7a here. One more thing will be there. When I multiply by 14, this 7 into 2 will be 14. So that fraction part can be eliminated. So what can I write? 1 dash into 14. What will happen? Directly I am writing here. 2 into 7 will be 14. It can be written as 7a plus 14 into 7 into 2 will be 14. 2 into 12 will be 24b is equal to 7. I have written directly. If there is any confusion how it has come, let me just write it once again, and we will write one line extra. At least those students who are not able to get this point, if I write one more line, easily they can get. What I have written? 14 into 1 dash. What will write? 14 into 1 upon 2a plus 14 into 12 upon 7b is equal to 14 into 1 upon 2. Now simplify it. Simplify it. What will happen? 7a, it's 7 into 2 and plus 24b is equal to 7. This one can be written as 1 double dash. Now, second dash will be written here as we have done previously. I don't think if first time we are doing such type of question. After that, many times we had used this word, when coefficients are equal, then we will think about the addition or subtraction, and as a requirement we can do it addition and subtraction. If both signs are same, we will do the subtraction, and if both signs are different, we will add it. Here you can see both are positive. I can write here subtracted. When subtracted, then it will be minus minus, they can cancel, and 24 minus 4b will be 20b, and 7 minus 2 will be 5. Now I am going to write here, this space will be utilized. Now what will happen? B is equal to, I can write 5 upon 20, then B is equal to 1 upon 4. This is the value of B. Now the value of B we can substitute in second dash or first dash. I am substituting in second dash. What can I write? Putting value of B in 2 dash. What will happen? You can see 7a plus 4 into 1 upon 4 is equal to 2. They can eliminate. Now 7a is equal to 2 and 1 will transpose 1. So a is equal to 1 and that 7 will come here 1 upon 7. We had solved the system of simultaneous linear equation for A and B, but it was not our question. That is the one part of the question. Actually, we have to solve the given equation for the x and y. It means we have to find the value of x and y. Now, as I have taken third and fourth, we will substitute the value of A and B in third and fourth. What can I write here? I can write from third one, 1 upon 2x plus 3y is equal to 1 upon 7. It means what? 2x plus 3y is equal to 7. And this one can be written as fifth one. And from fourth you can see 1 upon 3x minus 2y is equal to 1 upon 4. Then 3x minus 2y is equal to 4 we had got, and this is the equation number 6. Now we will solve 5th and 6th to find the value of x and y. What should I do? Listen me carefully. Many times we have done such type of question. Now see, the coefficient of y is 3, coefficient of y is 2. If I multiply by 2 here, it will be 6. If I multiply by 3 here, it will be 6. So what can I write? 5 into 2 and 6 into 3. And whatever result will come, I am going to write it. When I multiply by 2 here, I will get 4x plus 6y is equal to 14. And this one will be 9x minus 6y is equal to 12. Okay, you are getting all these things. And after equating the coefficient of y, you can see both are with opposite sign. I will write here addition. They can eliminate. It's a 13x is equal to 26. Now tell me, x is equal to 26 upon 13. Then x is equal to 2 will come or not. And if it will come, the value of x we can substitute. This value of x we can substitute either in 5 or in 6 to find the value of y. What should I write here? Putting the value of x in 5. What will happen? 2 into 2 plus 3y is equal to 7. It is 4 plus 3y is equal to 7. So 3y will be 7 minus 4. 3y is equal to 3 and y is equal to 1. This will be the result. So it is little bit lengthy because same process. Same process means that solving the two equations of linear equation, I can say, is done 2 times, not 1 time. Once we have solved for a and b, and then after substituting the value of a and b, we had got 2 more equations in the form of x, y, and these 2 equations we have solved. And both process, either I had solved for a and b or for x and y, both times I had applied elimination method. Again I am repeating myself, it is not necessary that we have to use elimination only. We are free to use any one of the given last 3 methods. So you can take a screenshot of this one. And now we had completed one more question is there, question number 5, second part, and it is just like the same. Then after one more question number 6 is there, and it is a little bit different but easy. What is there? Listen me carefully. There are three equations. Till now, whatever questions we have done, only two equations are there. But now, first time we had got a question where three equations are there. And what we have to do, it's written, can the following equations hold simultaneously? Is asking if these three equations will hold system of simultaneous linear equation. It can hold. How? We will solve any two of these two equations. Any two of these three equations, any two. And definitely after solving these two equations, we will find the value of x and y. Whatever value of x and y we will get, that value has to be substituted in the third one. That's we are having three. Out of these three, two we had solved. So we had got the value of x and y, and whatever value of x and y we had got, these value we have to substitute in the third one. And if the left hand side is equal to right hand side, in other words, I can say that the third equation have to verify with the obtained value of x and y, and if it is verified, I can say, yeah, they are holding some system of simultaneous equation, otherwise they will not hold. Okay, now this chapter is over. Now I am going to start another chapter, and as I told you, that's the chapter name is there, problem on simultaneous linear equations. Problems are on simultaneous linear equation. Actually, in these chapters we will get word problem. Some statement will be given, and with the help of the given statement we have to form the equation. Previously equations were given and only we have solved it, but now we are moving one more step, and I can say now equations will not be given. Equations will not be given, only statement will be given, and with the help of these given statement we have to form the equation, and after forming the equation it will be easy to solve, because till now we have done many questions where we had learned to solve the given simultaneous linear equation by using the different method. These methods were substitution method, elimination method, and cross multiplication method. Okay, so before just starting the question, I would like to tell you some trick, and with the help of this trick, what I am thinking, you can form equations. Students are facing problem to solve the equation, to form the equation. They are knowing how to solve it, but they are facing problem in forming the equation. How can we form? Let us see. There are a few points what you have to keep in your mind. The first thing, you should just read question very properly, very thoroughly. You have to read it, and after reading the question, definitely some conclusion will come in your mind. What we have to do. Okay, if once you are reading the question you are not getting anything, you can read it again. You can read it again. After reading all these things, you must have seen in the question, in the last line of the question. Generally it happens, sometimes it happens in the starting only, it can be given, find this. But in general, in the maximum question we can say, in last line it will be given, find the value of this and this. Means we have to find the value of some unknown quantity, and this unknown quantity has to be taken as x and y. What I told you, we will read the question, and then after reading the question we will just see the last line of the question. I am reading one question and hope you will get something. Question number 3 of your chapter number 6. Actually question number 1, 2 and 3 all are the same type of the question. Question number 3 I am reading, and just I am trying to explain the question, and then after I will solve here. First I will explain, and then after I will solve here. What is the question? Question is given, the sum of the two number is 43. Okay, we don't know which two number is there, but we are knowing that if I am taking any two number, their summation should be 43. The first statement is that. What is the second one? Second condition is given, if the larger is double, if the larger is doubled and the smaller is tripled, the difference is 36. Means what? Two numbers are there. Their summation is 43. One equation we can form from here. But the second condition has been given. If the larger number will be 2 times. Doubled means what? Multiplying by 2. And the smaller will be tripled, means multiplying by 3. And then after their difference is 36. Find the two number. What I told you. We will read the question properly, and in the last line of the question, last sentence of the question, definitely it will be given to find this and this. Here also it's written find two number. What should I write? Let the required number are x and y, and since we are talking about the larger and smaller, we can assume x is greater than y. I think you are getting me what I want to say. Once again, I am just writing all these things again. Okay, you will get after explaining. Once I'll write also, and you will get. I know very well these things are easy if you will listen very carefully to your teacher. Each and every points will be very easy for you, and definitely it will be helpful, and these points are very important to solve the different type of the question. I will try to give the solution of each and every type of the question. Suppose that there are 4 questions of the same type. So out of these 4, 1 or 2 I will do. As I told you, there are 3 questions, 1, 2, 3, and all these 3 are same type of the question. So third one I am going to do. 4th and 5th are same type of the question. Out of these 2, 1 I will do. Then after 6 is, that's again about the numbers only. It is like the first, second and third. Then after 7 and 8 we are talking about some currencies, some coins. So these 2 questions are same. Out of these 2 I will do 1. Then after question number 9, 10, 11, 12, 9 to 12 I can say all these questions are related to the ratio or fractions, where numerator and denominator will be there. So out of these 4 also I will do 1. Then after we will move, we will have some question related to the digits, 2-digit number, 3-digit number. I will do one more question from there also. So let's start with question number 3. Exercise 6 I am discussing. It's exercise 6. And question number 3 I am going to write here. You can see question number 3. Again I am just reading the question. What I question has given. Question has given the sum of the two number is 43, and if the second number will be doubled and third will be triple, then their difference is equal to 36. Find two number. What I said in last sentence you can see. Find two numbers. Let the required number are. Let the required numbers are x and y, and in the bracket only I am writing where x is greater than y. This is an important point here, because in the question statement has given like that, that's if the larger one is doubled and smaller one is tripled, which one is the larger one we should know, then only we can do double and triple and all these things. Now from the first condition, what I has given, from first condition. What is the first condition? Sum of these two numbers means x plus y is equal to 43. It's very easily has been given. We are not, we should not be worried about it. Now, second condition, I told you it's larger if the larger number is double. Double means what? 2x from as I am writing here from the first condition, second condition, you may write directly according to the question or according to the given condition. Okay, you need not be very much worried about it. What else written here? Larger number will be doubled and smaller number will be triple, and their difference, that 3y, and difference means minus, is equal to 36. and now we are having these two equations. I have to find the value of x and y. Now tell me, my dear students, after getting these two equations, easily can you solve or not? But I am thinking you can solve, because already we have done so many questions previously. So many questions we have done. But still I'm just going to complete this question, because what I am thinking, some students are there, maybe they are having some problem in the different method. So that's one very popular method is their elimination method. That's one I am going to use here. And in elimination method, what I told you, we will try to equate the coefficient of any one of these two variables. And when I am equating the coefficient, suppose that I am having here coefficient of y is 3, here nothing. What can I write? Now 1 into 3, no problem. 3x plus 3y is equal to 9 and 12. 3 into 3 is 9, 3 into 4 is 12. And it is 2x minus 3y is equal to 36. When I'll add it, they can eliminate. 5x is equal to 165. So what should be the value of x? X is equal to 165 upon 5. It is 33. The larger number is 33. When I substitute the value of x in 1, what can I write? Putting value of x in 1, directly 33 plus y is equal to 43. So y will be 10. Now we had substituted the value of x in 1. Let us check one. This value of x and y is correct or not, and it can be checked when I'll try to verify the second equation. Now 2 times of this one is 66. Say yes sir. And 3 times of 10 will be 30. Now 66 minus 30 will be 36 or not. It means 100% correct. There is no any chance of mistake. 100% correct we have done, and we need not to worry about such type of question. So you must have got that. It was an easy question. So we will get such type of questions also. Now, as I told you, 4 and 5 both are the same type of the question. In these questions, the cost of few things, weights or some other things per kg cost has been given, and we are purchasing in it's a different mode, and 2 mode has been given, and then total cost has been given. We have to find the cost of these things per kg cost. I can say we can find. Now I am reading the question, then things will be more clear. Question number 4 has been given. The cost of the 5 kg sugar and 7 kg rice is 153 rupees, and the cost of 7 kg sugar and 5 kg rice is rupees 147. Then what is the cost of 1 kg sugar and 1 kg, sorry, what is the cost? Find the cost of 6 kg sugar and 10 kg rice. Actually now here last line has given find the cost of 6 kg sugar and 10 kg rice. What should we do? It is little bit hidden. We will find the cost of 1 kg sugar and the cost of 1 kg rice, and then after third one we can do. You must have got what I want to say. We will find the cost of 1 kg rice and 1 kg sugar, and then after the third conditions we can do. So I am going to do question number 4 here. I hope you are enjoying this class. I can say that question number 4, let the cost of 1 kg sugar is equal to rupees X, and the cost of 1 kg, second one has been given, rice, is equal to rupees Y. Now tell me my dear student, if the cost of 1 kg sugar is rupees X, then cost of 5 kg sugar will be what? Definitely 5x. Cost of 7 kg rice will be what? Definitely 7y. So I'm writing one line. What I has given? I can write, given that cost of 5 kg sugar plus 7 kg rice is equal to rupees 153. That is the first condition I can say. First condition is 153. Now tell me, cost of 1 kg sugar will be x, so 5 kg sugar will be what? 5x. You people are used to go to the market to purchase something, na? Then definitely you are asking to the shopkeeper, yeah, what is the rate of these things? If he said ki 10 rupees per kg, then you are asking, okay, give me 2 kg. So what will be the cost of 2 kg? 20. How it has come? Multiplying by 2. Same thing we have to do. Are you getting me? So 5x plus 7y is equal to rupees 153, and this can be written as equation number 1. Now what is the second case? Second case is given cost of, now it's 7 kg sugar and 5 kg, 7 kg sugar plus 5 kg rice is equal to how much? Rupees 147. It has been given. It has been given. What should I do? I can write here now 7x plus 5y is equal to rupees 147. This is the second equation. What I have to do? I have to solve these two equations to find the value of x and y, or we can say to find the rate of sugar and rice per kg. Okay, so what should I write? Now I want to eliminate y here, so I can write 1 into 5 and 2 into 7. What will happen? 25x plus 35y is equal to, you can see what I have written. 5 into 3 is 15, 5 into 5 is 25, plus 1 is 16, and then after 5 into 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. Okay, you are getting all these things. And now when I multiply by 7 here, I think it is 49x plus it is 35y is equal to 7 into 7 will be 7 into 7 will be 49, in hand we are having 4, 7 into 4 is 28 plus 4 is 32, in hand we are having 3, and then 7 into 1 is 7 plus 3 is 10. Now subtraction part will be there. They can eliminate minus and minus. I think 49 minus 25 will be 24x, and here 9 minus 5 will be 4, then 12 minus 6 will be 6, and then here we'll have 9 minus 3 will be 7 will be 2. This one will be there. So what should be the value of x? X is equal to 264 upon 24. I think it is 11. The value of x we had got 11. It means what? The cost of 1 kg sugar is rupees 11. Got it? I think you had got. And now we will substitute the value of x in 1, then we will get the value of y. I am writing this one here only since I am having sort of space, but even then I am trying to manage here. What can I write? Putting the value of y in 1. So 5 into 11 plus 7y is equal to 153. So 7y is equal to 153 minus 55. Subtract it. 7y is equal to 98. Y is equal to 98 upon 7, that is equal to 14. Y is equal to 14. Now, we had got the value of x and y, but problem is there. Sometimes it happens, students are living here only. We had got the cost of 1 kg sugar, we had got the cost of 1 kg rice. But our question is not like that. Our question was to find the cost of 6 kg sugar and 6 kg rice. So what should I do here? Now I am writing here cost of 6 kg sugar plus 10 kg rice. 10 kg rice is equal to what? 6 into, what is the cost of 1 kg? Rupees 11. So 6 kg will be 6 into 11 plus what is the cost of 1 kg rice? 14. 10 kg, 10 into 14. It is 66 plus 140. Then 6 rupees 206 we have to pay for 6 kg sugar and 10 kg rice. You can take a screenshot of this full whiteboard. It will be helpful for you. And now I am going to do some more question for you people. So next question is there, as I told you that some questions are there related to currency, some questions are there related to 2-digit number, 3-digit number. Then after we will have some question related to age, then ratio and fraction, then maybe some time and speed, some related to the upstream, downstream, means where we are talking about the boats. Okay. There are 32 questions in this exercise. Definitely it will take time to discuss each and every type of the question, so you need not be worried about it. I'll give you sufficient time for this exercise and for this question. But now I am going to do another question, that is the question number 7 and 6. 7 and 8. 6 is like the question number 3 only. So 7 and 8, out of these two I am going to do one more question, and I am reading firstly this question, and then it will be helpful for you. You can try to get the question firstly, what actually asking. If you will find what the questions asking, then definitely we can do and we can form the equation. And here you can see that the important point is there to form the equation, because solution you are knowing. This is not a new things for you. Already we have learned to solve the equation. Here new things to form the equation. Now I am reading question. You can see there are 38 coins in a collection. How many coins are there? 38. And now it means what? Number of coin has been given. Suppose that X coin are the one type and Y coins are the other type. So X plus Y is equal to 38 has been given. And what type of coins are there? In a collection of 25 paise coins and 25 paise coins. 20 paise coin and 25 paise coin. Two type of the coins we are having. Now if the total value, what is the means of value? Value means value has been given in rupees. It means what? These coins has to be converted in rupees, and then after their value is rupees 8.50, means 8 rupees 50 paise. That is the value of these coins. What can I write? Let the number of 25 paise coins is X, and the number of, let question number 7, let the number of 20 paise coin is equal to X. is equal to x and number of 25 paise coins is equal to 1. So this is the number of coins, and what is given? It's given that sum of coins is equal to what? It's given 38. It means x plus y is equal to 38. This is the equation number 1. Now, sum of the coin and value of the coin. What is the meaning of value when we are converting it in rupees? So, value of one coin of 20 paise in rupee is equal to what? 20 upon 100 is equal to 1 upon 5. It's rupees. Value of one coin of 25 paise in rupees equal to 25 upon 100 is equal to rupees 1 upon 4. And definitely 20 paise coin can be converted in rupees, then it has to be divided by 100, and it will be, because 100 paise is equal to, what is the concept behind it? Why I have divided by 100? Very simple. We can write, since 100 paise is equal to 1 rupees, therefore 1 paise is equal to 1 upon 100 rupees. 20 paise is equal to 20 upon 100 rupees. 25 paise is equal to 25 upon 100 rupees. Now, if I am having, suppose that the value of one coin is equal to 1 upon 5 rupees. How many coins we are having of 20 paise? X coin. So, what will be the value of this one? 1 upon 5 into x. So, what can I write? From second condition, we are having x coin of 20 paise and value of one coin is equal to 1 upon 5. So value of x coin will be 1 upon 5 into x. In the same way, value of one coin of 25 paise is equal to 1 upon 4. I am having y coin, so 1 upon 4 y is equal to, and now value of this one is rupees 8.50. This is the question. We can do directly, or we can simplify firstly, then this is the equation number 2. And now you are free to solve these two equations to find the value of x and y. Now after a long time I am going to use substitution method for you people. What can I write? From 1, x plus y is equal to 38. I can write here x is equal to 38 minus y. This is the equation number 3. What I told you in the starting of the days, if I have got the value of x from 1, then it has to be substituted in second. I told you, if it is written here 1, then it will substitute in second. If it is 2, then we will substitute in third. What can I write? Substituting value of x in second. What will happen? 1 upon 5, 38 minus y plus 1 upon 4 y is equal to rupees 8.50. Now we have to simplify only. We need not to worried about it. What we have to do, what? Nothing. I can take LCM here. It will be 20. So it is 4 times 38 minus y plus 5y is equal to rupees 8.50. Now when I multiply here, what I can get? 4 into 38. 4 into 8 is 16. I am having in hand 1. Sorry, 4 into 8 is 32, not 16. 32, and hand we are having 3. 4 into 3 is 12 plus 3 is 52. Yeah, minus 4y plus 5y is equal to 20. So 0, 0, 2 into 5 is 10, 2 into 8 is 16, plus 1 is 70. So those who were in my class last year, you must remember one thing. For such type of multiplication, I am not doing that multiplication. What I have done, simply that 40 into 4 is 160. 2 has been subtracted, then 38 will come. So 4 into 2 is 8. 160 minus 8 will be 152. Like that also we can see. So 5 minus 4 will be y. 152 plus y is equal to 170. So y is equal to 170 minus 152. Then y is equal to how much we will get? How much we will get? 18. And when I put the value of 18 here, putting value of y in third, x is equal to how much will come? 38 minus 18, that is equal to 30. Now check whether we have done correctly or not. Whether we have done correctly or not. I am telling you, if I am having 30 coins of 20 rupees, 30 into 20 will be what? 600. 600. Keep in your mind, 600 paise, it means 6 rupees we are having. 6 rupees, the value of 20 paise coin. And now 18 coins I am having of 18 coins I am having of 25 paise. So when it will be divided by, extremely sorry, this will be 20. So 20 into 20, that will be rupees 4, and when 18 will be converted in rupees, so 425 paise will be 1 rupees. Means 4 coin will make 1 rupees, divided by 4, I think 4.5 again we will get. So 4 plus 4.5, that is equal to 8.5, and that is correct, I think. So in this way we can check ourselves कि whatever we have done, it is correct or not. You can take a screenshot of this one also, and then after I am going to do one more question which is related to the ratio and fraction. Ratio and fraction. Now as I told you, question number 7 and 8 both are the same type of the question. Now from question number 9, 10, 11 and 12, these 4 questions are depend on the ratio and fraction. So how can we do these 4 questions? I want to tell you here, and then after depend on the time we can do some more questions or not. What I am thinking, it is very difficult to do some more questions, but even then I will try to do maximum. Yeah, question number 11, you can see. Hope you have got everything. Again I am repeating myself what we have done and what we have to do for the rest of the question. We have to read very carefully given question, and we will find in each and every question something we have to find. It's written in the question, find the value of this and this, find the value of this and this, find the number of this, find the number of this. All these things has been given there. So whatever unknown quantities are there, means whatever we have to find, these things has to be taken as a x and y, and then after following the given condition we can form 2 equations from the 2 given equation in terms of x and y, and these 2 equations has to be solved to find the value of x and y. As I told you, that solving is not a very difficult part for you people. That important thing is there, forming the equation. So what I am thinking now, you are in position to solve the obtained equation. So if I will form the equation, it is enough, I think. So now I am going to form equation only. Now listen, what I has given, it's written, if the numerator of the certain fraction is increased by 2 and the denominator by 1, it means numerator and denominator both are increased by 1, then the fraction become equal to 5 by 8. Okay, and if the numerator and denominator are diminished by 1, diminished means subtracting, we are just going to decrease it by 1, then fraction become 1 upon 2. Find the fraction. Now one thing I want to tell you, whenever you may ask one thing, sir, you told me we have to find two things, here so only one thing has written, find the fraction. My dear student, fraction means the ratio of numerator and denominator. It means in the fraction two things will come, one is the numerator and one is the denominator. We have to know the value of numerator and denominator. Okay, and then after we will write the fraction x upon, suppose that I have taken, let the numerator is x and denominator is y, then fraction will be x upon y. Got it? So let's start, and after that we will follow the condition and then we can form two equations in terms of x and y. Listen. Now, so what I told you, we will write, let the numerator of a fraction is, question number 11 I am doing, let the numerator of fraction is x and denominator of the fraction is y. Then what should be the fraction? X upon y. And we have to find the fraction only, means after substituting the value of x and y, whatever we will get, that will be the result and that will be our answer. So what has given? In first case, what has given? In first case, what has given? Numerator and denominator both are increased by 2, then it is equal to 5 by 8. It means it has given x plus 2 upon, numerator has been increased by 2 and denominator has been increased by 1. Then it is equal to 5 by 8. 5 by 8. What should I do? We can do cross multiplication to simplify it. When I do the cross multiplication, 8x plus 16 is equal to 5y plus 5. After transposition, 8x minus 5y is equal to minus 11. Equation number 1. Okay, everybody have got it. Now, next point you can see, in second case, diminished by 1, both, it's written, if the numerator and denominator are diminished by 1, then fraction become 1 upon 2. It means x minus 1, y minus 1, that is 1 upon 2. We can do again cross multiplication. It is 2x minus 2 is equal to y minus 1. Transposing all these things, so I am writing here, it can be 2x minus y is equal to minus 1 plus 2. So 2x minus y is equal to 1. This is the equation number 2. Now we have to solve these two equations. What should I do? I can write here to equate the coefficient of y 2 into 5. So 5 into 2 is 10x minus 5y is equal to 5. It is the second dash, and 1 will be written here. 8x minus 5y is equal to minus 11. When I'll subtract it, subtracted minus plus and plus, they can eliminate. It is 2x is equal to 16, x is equal to 8. And this value of x we have to substitute in either 1 or 2 to find the value of y. So what can I write here? What can I write? Putting value of x in 2. What will happen? 2 into 8 minus y is equal to 1. 16 minus y is equal to 1. After transposing, I can get 16 minus 1 is equal to y. So y is equal to 15. We had got the value of x, we had got the value of y. We had got the value of x and we had got the value of y, but it was not our question. Our question was there to find the fraction. So what can I write here? Now I can write, therefore required fraction is equal to what? X upon y. Value of x is 8 and this is 15. Value of the fraction will be 8 upon 15. And now question has come. We can check ourselves कि either we have done correctly or not. See, both conditions are going to verify or not. What was the first condition? If I'll increase numerator and denominator, it will be 5 upon 10. When I'll increase by 2, it will be 10. Increase by 1, it will be 16. So 10 upon 16 can be simplified and it can be written as 5 by 8. 2 5s are 10 and 2 8s are 16. Now the next one, it was when both numerator and denominator both are diminished by 1, their value will be 1 upon 2. You can see when it is 8 minus 1, definitely it will be 7. When 15 minus 1, it will be 14, and 7 upon 14 can be written as 1 upon 2 r. So hope you have got all these things. Today I try to solve some type of the question, and many more type of the questions are there with us. As I told you, we are having 32 questions. You can take a screenshot of this one, and then after I'll have a little bit conversation with you people. I told you there are 32 questions and different type of questions are there. So out of these different types, one type of question I have done that was related to the number 1. Second, I have done related to the cost of sugar and rice or cost of some sweets, such type of question. Third one I have done where we are talking about the ratio. Now we can get the question where we are talking about the digit number, 2-digit number, maybe 3-digit. Maximum questions we are getting for 2-digit, but one question I had given for 3-digit also. I'll do it, don't worry. Then after we will get some question related to the age. That son age is that much, that times of the father age, and 4 years ago it was that much, 5 years hence, such type of question. Then after we will have some question related to the time and speed and distance and time. So where we will use distance, speed is equal to distance upon time, and we will do side by side. We can get, and if it is not there in your book, I will give you some question where we are talking about the question related to the triangles, quadrilaterals, means the relation between their angles and all these things. They can even give the angles in the form of x and y, and then they can ask you what is the measurement of each and every angle of the triangle. So it will take time. It's we will not run very fast, but today you will get a homework. I'll give you that whole exercise today only in your school website. You can get all these 1 to 32 questions today only, but today's homework is only till the 12th. Question number till the 12th you will try to do, you will do till the 12th only, and then after from 13 I'll discuss in the next class. So hope you have got all these things, and you must have enjoyed, and that's it is little bit new for you to form the equation, and then after solution part you can do easily. So all the best for your homework, and till the 12th, out of these 12 means all these 12 questions are divided in 3 types, and each type of the questions I have done. So hope you will do all these questions with this hope. Thank you, have a good day, and all the best for the remaining question. Thank you.